Hey guys, so I'm going to show a pass I like to use. I saw it being used at ADCC this weekend by Tye Ruotolo. It's where you use your feet to step on the guy's ankles to help set up passes, right? So go ahead and go to your guard. So we're here, right? So the position I like to use this a lot is when the guy keeps his legs really wide like this, right? So like here I like to kind of move him to the side, and there's two ways you can go about stepping on the foot. I can either step with the cross foot, in which case I like to point my toes inward, or I can step with the outside foot like this and pin here. And they have different pass options, okay? So real quick, before I go in depth on how I use this to set up passes, I just want to talk about where I like to set this up in the first place, right? So when we're here with the guy's in his guard, he's got his legs, just like any position, you have to understand your options from the position. If you only have one thing, it's like boxing with like just a jab. You're like, I'm a jab guy, that's all I do. You have to have multiple punches and threats to set things up. So in this position, a lot of times guys will have their knees kind of tight and close like this. It's actually really hard, keep it tight there, yeah. It's actually really hard like this to try to step on this, because as I try to push here, he's just gonna keep his feet in, and it's really difficult. So it's not a useful technique to try in that situation. In this kind of a situation, I'm usually looking to use my palms to pin his shins, and then from here I can use this to set up toreandos, because when his leg's closer, it's easier to clear around the leg, right? So I can set up a toreando. If he like frames on me with his hand a bit, I can use this to help set up a knee cut pass, and I'm looking more for that. But sometimes what happens is as you enter, guys who have flexible good guards, they'll keep their legs really wide. What this does is it makes a toreando really hard, because even if I control this, I have to walk all the way around this, which then I can't grab this leg. So now this leg is free to loop. So that makes it really difficult for toreandos and stuff. You can try to stack pass here too, but sometimes guys are really flexible and it's hard to stack their legs. Like even if you push their legs up to keep their hip down, right? So in this case, when I feel the guys like this, I just focus on one leg, I move to the side a little bit and go here. Here, he's either gonna stay kind of at this side position where it's easy to switch to a step, or when I go here, he's gonna try to center back up, and then that opens up the toreandos or knee cuts again, right? So now moving on to the pass, what's gonna happen is I step to the side a bit here. We're gonna start with the first one, which is the long step. So I'm gonna take my right foot and just step on his ankle here and pin it. From here, it's really hard to get this back out. My right hand, I like to control the ankle here. You can do the pants too, but the pants can be kind of unreliable. And if you want to do this no-gi, it works great as well, as Tye Ruotolo is using this at the ADCC this weekend. So the pants are unreliable, so the ankle's good. Once I'm here, it's really hard for him to get this in on anything. I have here, there's like a lot of different ways I can finish this. One of my favorites is you can look for like a club or a long step, but most commonly, as soon as you look, this guy has his hands up ready because he knows it's coming. So I usually grab the wrist here. And now I push here, and even if he pushes, it just doesn't really do much. Then I can start long step. I want to turn, you can come around this way. Yeah, I want to turn and try to get him flat. With any guard pass, I want to finish with him flat. So I kind of use my palm grip here on the shin to center him as I step around here. And now I try to go chest to chest. And of course, he's probably going to scramble, and then I'm going to have to dig and work in on the finish. I have a video on that, on finishing when the guy's in north-south. So again, we're here, right? I'm like this. I move over here, I step to the side, and I step my foot pointed inward and step. Now I catch this ankle here like this. I catch the wrist, I push and open, and I dive in here, right? If that one's a little complicated for you, you can come around this way, okay? You can also, when he's here, have the, like this. You can also make a quick step in here to knee on belly, like this. And one thing I like to do when I go to knee on belly is sometimes guys try to bring it around here to go to like 50-50. So whenever I step in, I really focus on using my shin to open his leg downward like this. That makes it hard for him to bring that up. It also, like sometimes guys have their knee in here. So if I just try to go like this, his knee kind of crowds me out. So if I get my knee in a little bit, I use that knee to open up here and crowd him out and work my way in. Okay, last variation on this one. You can also use this inside step one to just step into like a knee cut position here and start working in knee cuts. There's a lot of variations. Okay, so moving on. Now we're gonna look at the stepping with the other leg, okay? So again, I move out to the side. I'm gonna step with this one. Once I step here, I'm gonna start looking more for like leg drag variations. I'm just gonna do it on the other side just so you guys can see here. So we go this way, I step here. So now I'm pinned here, right? You can come up this way, Victor. Perfect, right? So now I'm like here like this. I have this guy pinned. Here I grab like this. I could just stay here, and if you're long enough and you can step, I can go here, because the benefit of this is now he can't lasso that foot. If I was here and I just try to go here, he can lasso this, right? But if I pin here, there's no way to lasso, right? And that's what he needs to recompose. So here, I could drag here, and now you could either come into like a classic leg drag position like this. I like more toreando style finishes, so usually if I get here like this, I like to stay up. I switch to the pants so he can't lasso. And then I just focus on coming around slowly to a knee on belly position or crowd down here and work my way around. Okay, so again, we're here, he's kind of wide. I'll move out this way. I step here like this, right? Here, I pull across, come in for the lapel, go for the leg drag. If you're comfortable with it too, you can also go here and start diving for like a diving bolo or leg drag. But this is just simple enough for now, right? So again, we're here, cross grip, I yank this across, he can't free this leg, pull it across, lapel, step in, get tight, and work your way in, okay? So as always, with any position, like the way I do all of my jiu-jitsu, I break everything down into positions, and you need to understand your threats and options from those positions. If you only have one thing you're trying to force, often the guy can block it, right? So just make sure if you're, and again, this is specifically for when the guy's on his back. When he's sitting up, it's a very different thing. You can still do this sometimes on the foot, but it's just way harder to do. When the guy's on his back, it's a much more effective thing. Both are effective, but this is, I think, more effective, right? So when I'm here, so again, you just have to pay attention to what's available. If his legs are closer like this in this more classical position, here I'm looking to jam the legs down, toreandos, knee cuts. If his legs are wider like this, I start to look to go out here. If he tries to center up, I'm not going to try to force it because it's hard to step on here. Here I just switch back to the toreando stuff, right? Or you could try to drop to double unders too if you wanted, right? Here, so I go out, now he stays out. Step on the inside, block, catch this. Now he can't use this, this is dead. Wrist, or you can just dive if you want and try to work your way in here, but I really like that wrist because it gets rid of the frame. Okay, or we're here, I step to the side and now I just go here, boom, lock in here, grab these grips, push it across. Variation finish can be up to you. I like the leg here, work my way around, and come in. Okay? All right, guys, so let me know if you guys have any questions about the position or other moves that you can sequence in during the grip fighting process while passing. Check me out on Instagram at JohnThomasBJJ. I put updates daily on there of us training in the gym doing our specific sparring because sometimes there's details that pop up that are hard to put in a full video because they're so small and micro, but they make a big difference. And usually those kind of things pop up on the fly while people are training. So if I see a student training and they're like holding the sleeve the wrong way or the collar the wrong way, it may be something that I didn't think to put in the video because there's so many different ways people can mess things up. And by doing it that way, it helps a lot. Also, if you guys want to help the channel, the best way you can help is to share with friends, comment, like. If you think there's someone that would benefit from the channel, tell a friend. Spreading it around helps a lot. It helps me keep the channel going, and I'd appreciate it a lot. Thanks, guys.